Hi and welcome to SliceCase. My name is Christopher. I'm going to give you a short introduction to the SliceCase system. Before we start, I would like to say that the SliceCase system is not tied to any particular model or any brand. What we have in front of us here is a SliceCase for Arduino, but as you probably already know, the SliceCases already exist for SliceCase for Raspberry Pi and for Arduino Mega. So these are the three models we have started off with, and we are adding more models as we go along. One of the interesting things with the SliceCase system is the way the corners are designed. The corners have been set up in such a way that they can hold sides in two directions with a 90-degree angle at two different positions with the double finger corners. They also have a hexagon spacer hole which will align the pieces in exactly the same direction. Now this corner, for example, is available in three different versions. You have the version with fingers in all directions, you have the version with fingers only on the outer side, or fingers only on the inner side. As you can see, this will allow you to place the sides where you want to have them. The design of the corners come back in different slices, as for example here with the side slices for the casing for the Arduino slice case. As you can see, it features the double finger setup to hold sides at two different locations sideways from the slice. But if you look at the space between the two corners, you realize that these two slices are actually designed differently. The inner finger set are at the same location, while the outer finger has been replaced with the side that closes off the slice. What you can also see here is that there's an indent between these two slices, creating a shelf that I will show you later on how to use. And of course it doesn't stop there. The same system is applied to lots of different slices, creating a large variety of components that you can use for your slice case. One of the keys to the SliceCase system is of course that you can order all pieces individually in a large selection of colors. This means that you can start off with a basic setup and then simply replace only the parts that you would like to have different. We're at this point not going to go through all the single components that exist for the slice case, but we're going to start off by looking at how to put together a slice case for Arduino. The slice case for Arduino starter kit consists of a bottom plate, two top plates, one closed and one open for easy access, one PCB distance mount, 8 thin side slices, 8 thick side slices, one back plate and one front plate. It also comes complete with all necessary screws for putting the case together and mounting a PCB. To mount the slice case for Arduino kit, you start off with placing the PCB mount in the holes that you would like to use. As you can see, the PCB can be mounted at two different locations. It is sufficient at this stage to mount the isolated plastic screws by hand force. These should be mounted with hand force as well. More importantly, you should leave a little bit of a gap between the spacer and the screw to ease the alignment of the slices as you slide them in. This will be tightened afterwards. The next step is to start building the sides of the slice case. This is done first with the thin slices and then with the thick slices. This gives it a level difference on the outside, which gives it the distinctive slice case look. We then keep on alternating thin slices, thick slices. We'll go with a double thick in the middle and then thin. We've now added 6 layers, and we'll add the back side, just slide it in, and the front side. And then keep on building the layers. As you can see here, we don't have the support of the spacer, and this is done to facilitate the adjustment in height without replacing the components. You can also replace the spacer with the spacer of the correct height. At this point we need to select a top. We can do the open top, which gives you easy access while you're working on your case, or a closed top. I'm going to go with the open top for this setup. And there we go. We have now mounted the SliceCase for Arduino with the open top. Now let's have a look at another feature of the SliceCase. Let's say that you would like to mount this Adafruit Perma prototype board, half-sized, into the SliceCase. And this can be easily done due to the fact that we have a indent between the 2 layers of the sides, which will actually simply allow us to slide this board straight in. So what we will do is insert the board, take off the sides, insert the board like this. As you can see, it has a pretty snug fit here. Insert the 2 slices back, and you're done. You've now mounted a prototype board inside the SliceCase for Arduino. It is firm enough to stay there and live its life for as long as needed. One common problem when you're working with prototypes is that you need to add some components on the fly, and that usually ends up on a board other than the main board. Now I've already showed you how you can add a board in the middle, but what if that space is taken? What if you need something in a different location? So let's use a Vero board and cut that to spec and insert that. So we have cut our Vero board to the right size, and now all that remains is to insert it. And we're done. As you can see, it's a quite snug, nice fit on the side. As with the SliceCase for Arduino, you have the same size specifications on the sides, and of course you can insert the card there as well. A SliceCase like this could of course be considered quite dull and a bit boring. You could of course order it in different colors, for example yellow or blue, red, green, or even transparent. Or you could actually just take your existing box, add some flair to it by replacing only a couple of slices to give it a different look. So in this case I'm going to replace the 2 middle thick slices to give it a completely different look and feel. or we can do it in a different color. This is of course a completely different look. Now let's say now that you can't only settle for adding a bit of flair to your box, but you actually need to have some different functionality of it. So in this case we could, for example, add different corners slices which will change the layout of the box. Using an L-shaped slice will close off these two sides while leaving these two sides open. Now we simply add the new slices . But we want to retain the flare, so we're going to use the green slices in the middle. The next step is to add corners to the rear, which will support the back side plate and the side plate. We can of course retain the flare here by using corner pieces in the same color. As you see, they already the pieces align nicely thanks to the design with the hexagon spacers. We add the sides . There you go. You have two sides closed off and you have two sides open. Of course, with the SliceCase system, these sides and the top are all customizable. But then again, let's look at how we could change this box in another way. One of the basic things we all do when we work with prototypes is communicating with the user, and one of the most common ways of communicating with users is through the means of light. We have developed a system where we have transparent slides with a rectangular RGB LEDs which will easily snap in and stay in there firmly, and can then easily be connected to any electronics platform to provide RGB light communication. I'm going to show you how to mount this light slice. So in this scenario we're going to not only pimp our case with some cool corners, but we're also going to add a light slice to it. This light slide is no different from any other piece. You just slide it in where you want to have it and it stays there. Now think of this. You don't need to limit yourself to only using the colors that we're showing here or the combination we're showing here. You could of course use any kind of color scheme you would like to have. You could color code your project, for example, with a different combination of colors doing achieving different things. It's as simple as replacing a standardized piece. In this scenario, of course, you would need one extra side plate. There you go. You have a customized slice case for Arduino with two side plates which can be customized. One rear plate that can be customized. We have added some flare, red flaring to this one, and we've added one light slice. Now the workings of the light slice is not going to be demonstrated here, but in the Blinky demo. And then of course you can just simply replace the open top with a closed top. SliceCase is just not a product, it's a solution. That's why we've paid so much attention to certain details like the corners, the fingers holding the sides, the location of the holes, the alignment of the different slides. Small details is what makes this a perfect solution. And one of the details we have for this are these rubber feet, which are in-place replacement for the original bottom screws. And there you go. Your SliceCase has now been mounted with rubber feet. One of the last features we're going to look at is the ability to change height of the SliceCase. To adjust the height of the SliceCase, simply remove the amount of slices necessary. In this case, of course, we will not go lower than 6 slices, as that is where the spacer comes in. After that, you need to replace the side plates with ones that are in the right size. I don't have these here right now, but they're available in our shop. Then simply add the lid again. And that is how easy it is to lower the height of a SliceCase. But now let's raise it. Then again, simply add the amount of slices you would like to have. And the limitation you have in this case is the height of this screw and how many layers it can hold into place. So in this case you can add one more layer. And there you go. SliceCase for Arduino with one extra layer outside the kit setup. Thank you for looking at this short SliceCase introduction video, and I hope that you now have a better overview of some of the different options you have with the SliceCase system and the benefits of it. Thank you.